What is happening, everybody? Looks like we have another bloodbath on our hands again today. But don't worry, in today's episode we're going to take you through Bitcoin versus altcoins and who have been the biggest losers so far of 2018. We're going to take a deeper look into Bitcoin, Cardano, Ripple, Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Diamond, Zcash and Tron. To be fair, I don't mean to create any FUD with this. Not that I have a big enough following for that anyways, but this is just a quick reminder how much of a good buying opportunity this is right now. We're seeing all-time lows, and this is the very best time to pick up some cheap coin for the future. Remember, I'm going to timestamp this and all future videos down in the description and down in the comments area. So if you don't want to listen to the whole video and you just want to listen to a certain part of it, go ahead and click on one of the timestamps. But let's get into it. I'm Maximilian, your Bitcoin broker, and let's jump into today's news. So like I said, looks like we're in the middle of a bloodbath. Everyone, let's hope it doesn't continue much longer. I do believe we've almost hit the bottom, but this is a great time to pick up some really cheap coin, like I've said earlier. But I was inspired today by an article on Bitcoin.com. This is it here. These are the worst performing cryptocurrencies of 2018. It does obviously mention Bitcoin along with Ripple, Tron. Tron, actually, I didn't notice, it went up 14,000% in 30 days in January. So that's pretty insane. But yes, like I said, I was inspired by this story, and I came across a new website which I think everyone will really like. It's called All-Time High Coin Index. It's basically just going to give you what the all-time high of each crypto was, when it was achieved, what the current price is now, and how much we are down. So first things first, let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin down as of now 64%, or just under 65%, which sounds like a huge amount, but considering other coins that we're going to look into, Bitcoin actually has done incredibly well. Firstly though, I just want to give my opinion on why we think this whole crash has happened over the last 2 months. Firstly, I think the major thing that's happened is the Mt. Gox trustee, who was selling off, who did sell off roughly $400 million of Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. You'll see he started here in December, dumped his first amount, immediately the market went down, dumped again. We saw a huge retracement down towards around the 12.5 grand area. He maybe went on a little bit of a holiday there. I don't know what he's done there. He's come back again and crashed us lower down to roughly around the 11 grand mark. He thought, why not? Let's come back again, sell some more crypto. We went back down again to around the 10 grand or just above 10 grand mark. And then lastly, the last time he has sold, from what we understand, was in around, the end of January, beginning of February, and it ultimately has crashed us further down. Another factor that could potentially have brought us down is that Bitcoin does tend to repeat itself. If you look at Bitcoin over the last 4 years, there's always a massive run-up coming from November into early January, and then we do tend to see a retracement down, profit-taking along with Chinese New Year. So those two factors are what I believe has brought the market down. Remember, if Bitcoin's down, the rest of the market tends to go down with it. Cool. So this website, which I do recommend for you all to take a good look at, let's go look at who have been the biggest losers, and just have a little chat about each one. Firstly, Bitcoin Diamond has been absolutely smashed. So Bitcoin Diamond currently all-time high was $104. Today it's $2. Down 97.8%. That's pretty much gone to zero. So for any of you hodling Bitcoin Diamond out there, I feel your pain. I haven't myself, luckily, but it just shows you how quick we can go from hero to zero. That's some serious losses right there. Next is actually Zcash, which I was quite surprised by, considering it's been around a fair amount of time, and I know JP Morgan or a few institutional money are quite interested in Zcash. It went from an all-time high of just under $6,000. It's now currently at $191. That's enormous loss of 96%. If you have some belief in Zcash, and I think Zcash is not just going to die out, I think it's an incredible buying opportunity. Throw $1,000 into Zcash right now, that could be worth, you know, a huge amount of money by the end of 2019. Moving on to Bitcoin Gold. Bitcoin Gold all-time high of $539 US, currently now at $44 US, with an all-time loss of 91% from its all-time highs. Just to put that out there, guys, you know, it's showing you that these Bitcoin forks aren't really as, you know, they don't get looked at as favorably as everyone thinks. You know, everyone rushes to hodl Bitcoin during the fork time, but it's quite clear that the three biggest losses have been from Bitcoin forks. So keep that in mind if Bitcoin is to fork again, you know, not to over-exaggerate the value of those coins. Skipping some of these middle here, I really want to jump onto Cardano. It's something that I'm heavily invested in myself. You know, met the team behind Cardano a few times at meetups here in the UK. We've gone from all-time highs of $1.33, down to where we are right now at 15 cents. So that's an all-time loss of 88% from its all-time highs, which is actually enormous considering the amount of hype that was around Cardano, the project in general, and how bullish most people are on it. But the thing is that Cardano did have this enormous rise. It came out straight onto Bittrex in the middle of the bull market, so it just flew. And I think it was severely overvalued. I still think it's severely undervalued now, though. So if you're looking to pick up Cardano, great time to do that. Moving on to one of our nemesis, Tron. Tron itself is now at around 30 cents. What am I saying? It was at 30 cents. It's now at 0.3 cents with an all-time loss of 87%. From that article that inspired me to do this video, apparently Tron went up 14,000% in the month of January. So I think this deserves quite a big loss, to be fair. Verge the same. You know, Verge and Tron have been fairly similar with their price points. Again, Verge's all-time high around 30 cents, with its lows now at around 0.3 of a cent, down 87%. We continue down a little bit here. Of course, Ripple. You know, you got to love or hate Ripple. It's one of those sort of cryptocurrencies. Crazy value. It went up to almost just $4. I remember seeing Ripple back in the day at 1 cent. Yeah, so all-time highs of $3.84. It's now at just over half a dollar at 51 cents, with all-time losses of 86%. So it's pretty clear that every single cryptocurrency is at least down, you know, more than 50%. If we scroll down further to see who's been a little bit more resistant, Neo as well, still down 73% from its all-time high. Ethereum as well, down 71% from its all-time high. Omise Go down 70% from its all-time. These three cryptos are powerhouses. These are ones that, you know, should have long-term futures. So really good time to be buying some of these. It may go further down though, keep this in mind. But still, you know, I don't think we can go to zero. Or let's hope not. If we look at who's been a little bit more resistant, Bitcoin obviously at around 65%. Very interesting to see that actually Binance, who had been on the market since the start of this bear market, have actually outperformed Bitcoin. So any of you hodling Binance coin out there, you know, you've done very well, and that's something to be very proud of for Binance and its hodlers. You've outperformed Bitcoin during this crash. There's also Ontology here, but that doesn't really count considering Ontology's only just come out and hit the market. And then of course Tether doesn't really count, does it? But to be fair, guys, go check out this website. Really awesome way to have a representation of, you know, how much of a discount you're getting. But all is not lost, to be honest, because it's not just cryptocurrency that's you know, falling at the moment or crashing at the moment. I don't really like that word, but it's quite, you know, it's quite emotive, the word crash. But if we look over to an article in Cointelegraph today, it says, soar over Bitcoin, stock markets post worst week since January 2016. So it's not just Bitcoin, guys, it's, you know, taking a beating, and the cryptocurrency market's taking a beating. It looks like all financial systems right now are taking a little bit of a crash. What it does say down here, the US equity market, let's just highlight for you guys. The US equity market fell 6% March 19 to 23, while European stocks dropped 4% and Japanese by 5% in the same period. So it looks like everything is in a downward trend right now. What it says here, though, this is from a market analyst: if markets do head immediately lower, it could be in a cascading fashion that the media would probably label as a crash. But we think the odds of a relief rally starting at some point are probably higher. So what he's saying is that if we are to go lower, it's going to be pretty severe. It's going to be pretty bad. It's going to drop pretty quick. And as soon as the media jumps on it and starts labeling a stock market crash or cryptocurrency crash, it only puts fuel to the fire. But in his opinion, there should be a relief rally, hopefully prior to a major fall. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. Go check out this website here. Really, really cool. Came across it today. We'll continue to use it. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please do give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to hear, market analysis and market news or coin reviews every day. And, I look forward to bringing you again some news tomorrow. And remember, this is not financial advice, guys. Do your own research. Make sure you understand everything before making an investment in cryptocurrency. You can, as we've seen, lose a lot of money if you don't do this correctly. I'm Maximilian, your Bitcoin broker, and have a great weekend. Enjoy your Easter. Cheers.